Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Ricamus Reacts to RWBY. My name is Ricamus, and today I'm going to be reacting to RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 13, Downfall. Now, that's quite a name. First and foremost, I don't know who. So first of all, I don't know who the downfall is going to be of. I don't know if it's the downfall of, you know, Raven because she's going up against another maiden, or not Raven, Cinder because she's going up against another maiden. I don't know if it's going to be the downfall of you know Salem's plans. I don't know if it's going to be the downfall of Ozpin or this team, Team RWBY or whatever. I like to think that it's going to get to a point where things are looking really bad, and then the cavalry comes in. I've mentioned this many times before. We've got the Rohirrim, the Riders of Rohan coming in. I'm referring to them as the White Fang, as the Riders of Rohan, um, like in Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I don't really know what the downfall is going to be of. I like the idea that it be the downfall of the plans. Everything kind of goes sideways when for the bad guys when they find out that Raven is the actual Spring Maiden, and boy, she's probably been the maiden for some time and knows how to fight. Um, anyway, so first of all, I want to thank everybody for watching my last video. It's amazing what happens when you can actually get a video up on time. For once, the when I actually disputed the copyright, it actually let the video stay up. Usually, it blocks it still until they're able to view the video and fix it. But I'm so happy that I was able to keep it up because a lot of people saw my videos, and I managed to pick up 3 more subscribers, so or 3 or 4 more. I was kind of hovering between 87 and 88 for a while. Now I'm up to 91. So thank you guys so much. We're almost to 100. Yes. And also I want to specifically thank 2 people who were commenting on my videos because we had a nice little discussion. John Ronald, so thank you so much to you. You went back and watched some of my old videos too, and we had there's some good discussion going on there. And then also I want to thank Animaniac0451 because you specifically were able to point out to me that I was talking about the whole thing with Vernal being very tragic. And my perspective was they tricked her into thinking that she was the maiden, but that was all for show. He pointed out that it makes a lot more sense for her to be in on it and her to just know that she is a decoy. So well, he or she, I don't know if any maniac is male or female, but yeah, so thank you for pointing that out. Like that makes way more sense than because she would. I wouldn't be surprised if she would have tried to use her powers at some point if she thought she was a maiden, and then like all of a sudden she can't use her powers when she's not around Raven, and oh, surprise, surprise. So no, it makes a lot more sense that she was in on it the whole time. I just doubt. I don't necessarily think that she thought she was going to die. I thought she was just going to be a diversion so that anybody who was going after the maiden would sort of you know would go for the wrong person, then get attacked, or whatever. But at the same time, there's also that possibility that she knew that she would be a sacrifice, and that line that Cinder has about you have trained her well or indoctrinated her well. I don't remember the exact phrasing that she used. I know she didn't say indoctrinated, but conditioned her well. It sounds like she's almost like a cult follower who would do anything. It makes it seem that way, basically. We don't really know how all of this went down. I'm under the impression that uh, Raven most likely found the previous Spring Maiden and killed her and took her power when she went missing in the first place. So it's been probably about 10 years that Raven has had this power and has been able to. So it's been about 10 years that Raven has had this power. Um, which, by the way, okay, so on a side note, before I go into any more into into the episode and into my expectations and the episode, how you doing there, buddy? I just wanted to say, so as you can see, I'm in a different place right now in my house. I'm also I've been fiddling around with the camera settings to try and get the best picture possible. I obviously this isn't the best settings right now, but I'm doing the best that I can. So things are probably going to change from video to video still. And one thing I've been noticing, because I've been using my laptop, the RAM can't necessarily handle too much going on at once. So occasionally you'll see. Hopefully, I can fix this in post, but occasionally you will see the sound getting kind of out of sync with the video and then coming back. So hopefully that won't happen too much, because I think I've managed to get the settings to a good place. But if I'm ever like moving the mouse while the video is playing and while I'm doing all the, if I'm doing too many things at once, it does mess with the audio. So I apologize for that ahead of time. But yeah, so uh, getting back into it, let's. I don't know what's going to happen. I know that. So I avoided. So spoilers have been a huge issue this volume, and I think it's because a lot of people, I've noticed this with other reactors too. A lot of the reactors are just, they're not recording on Saturday as soon as the episode comes out. Not all of us, but especially because it's been around the holidays. I think a lot of the spoilers, as soon as the spoiler ban has been lifted, are getting out there into the community. And so because of that, it's getting very risky. So I'm trying to get these done earlier, but I even then, like, there people are doing like screenshot videos and posting them already, and I'm seeing screenshots of things that were not in the promo, which I didn't watch the promo either, but I doubt that they are in the promo, because I don't know. My wife watched the promo. She mentioned something about Nora, uh, so I have no idea if anything with the Cinder fight was even in that promo. But I'm seeing clips from the Cinder fight, so, or not clips, but like little thumbnails. So it's a little bit frustrating because I spend a lot of time on YouTube, but I don't expect to see things on YouTube from these episodes before they are actually posted on YouTube, and so that I find that a little bit frustrating. Uh, yeah. That being said, it is what it is, and I'm doing my best to avoid spoilers. I know not everybody cares about spoilers. I do, and it's more of my personal problem. I'm just sort of venting my frustrations out to everybody. So that being said, I've been going on a lot about other things and not actually getting into the episode. So I'm probably I might I'm probably going to cut down some of the stuff that I mentioned in the beginning, just so that I can do a reaction, do my reaction sooner, because it's, I mean, we're 8 minutes into this recording and I haven't started reacting. So anyway, let's jump into the episode and then downfall, and then we're gonna go from there. We'll talk about the episode and everything, and hopefully it's not as long as my last episode, but it does seem like a lot of people liked my last video. So once again, thank you guys so much. Hopefully this one is good as the last one. All right. Boop. Back to the fairy tale, back to the show, back to the wall, and there's nowhere to go. Hopeless and desperate, all valley bird. Well, to get worse. What is that part? Hopeless and hopeless and desperate, all passing verse. I don't know. Messing with guns. I like that. Strike me with bolts of lightning, and then you see the guy that's using lightning, electrical, whatever you call it, dust to fusing it with his skin. So it's a little clever little thing. Dismal days and greenback what is gone. On yesteryear, then we'll carry on. I mean, I This is a thing that I've talked about with my family is that I'm really good at I really enjoy the music, but I have difficulty learning lyrics because I'm just more musically inclined than lyrically inclined. But anyway. Yeah, sisters.
What are you gonna do now?
Punch him. Ah, that was a an Ozpin thing.
Shut you up.
Yeah, shut him up.
I think so. She's coming too. I just wish this would go faster.
How about you don't complain and just be thankful you unlocked your semblance when you did?
That's true.
How else do you think you're healing her, dummy?
Yeah, man, you're a healer.
No, I don't think I'm healing her. Our aura heals our bodies. It feels more like I'm using my aura to amplify hers.
Yeah, you're literal. Can he amplify semblances?
Pierre once told me I've got a lot of it.
Yep. You see? That's what I said.
Jaune?
Oh!
Go! I've got her!
Yeah, look, the colors of the auras are separate now.
You took a heavy hit. You need to stay with me while the others fight.
That's annoying.
It's clockwise.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, she's perfect to fight him. Yes. I love Nora.
His semblance. He can block out pain. It's how he's able to handle
Ooh.
projecting so much dust into his body.
I see, okay.
I don't need him to hurt. I just need him to go down!
Yes! Oh my god!
What's going on in there?
None of your concern.
Is he? Yeah, his. Oh my god, that's fire. Okay, I was actually wondering if he had different dust crystals with him. Oof. Yeah, this is actually not good. We need Blake.
Friends are almost done here.
Adam!
There she is.
Blake?
Who is that?
Stand down!
Wait.
Is she gonna
To think that I would
trick
have
him?
so much trouble to find you.
Then
Only
you'd come,
to have you
yeah.
deliver yourself to me.
Yep.
This isn't
He doesn't
what's right for the
realize.
Faunus. Stop what you're doing and we can end this peacefully.
You're wrong, Blake. And you can't stop us.
No, I can't.
Not alone.
Not by myself.
That's why she didn't come alone. What?
They got a lot of them.
Your brothers and sisters.
Ata? Please, stop this. Make no mistake, brothers. These are our enemies, and we will not let them ruin.
Nope. Who's this? Yes. The cops! It's a fuzz! Oh, this is interesting. Wait, because we have 2 more episodes.
What's happening?
Not sure.
She found another way. I mean, there's more White Fang. This is gonna just turn into chaos. Did you just deactivate it secretly?
Doing? Trying to get us all killed? I am making humanity pay for what they've done.
We sent someone over to confirm your explosives. And once we did, she disarmed them.
Yep.
What did you do?
Nice.
This is your business, not mine. Fix it.
Yeah.
Told you after
Turning that around, huh?
it's over.
Oh, good. There's a lot more episode. Okay. Nope. She's just gonna knock him out. Yes. Wow, they're still gonna fight? Is that Weiss? Yeah. Oh my god. That was exciting. Throw it back together. Ha! That was nice. That was great. Ah, that shows that she's grown. Not the heartfelt reunion we'd hoped for, or the angry one. Yep, she was.
Spring Maiden must have trusted you a great deal before she died. I bet that was a mistake.
Whew, that's cool. Oh, and they're just gonna go all out. This is basically... Whew.
Aura can't protect your arm. It's grim.
That's true.
You turned yourself into a monster just for power. Look who's talking.
Ooh. This is just... What was that? I like how she can just regenerate weapons. Oh, I see. One of her blades broke. Is she using different dust-infused blades? Is that what's breaking? Oh, yeah. This is so cool! Great sword. Talk about power escalation, holy crap. Oh, man. So, I'm wondering, I'm still doubting, I don't know how she could lose. Oh, no. I still think that what's gonna happen is she's gonna kill herself instead, or cut off the arm. Oh! Nope. Damn. New song. Is this Raven's song? This is so fun. Has she actually cut through the arm at all? I wonder if the arm regenerates quickly. Oh wait, no, this sounds like Cinder's music. Ooh, her aura. Both of their auras.
Had enough yet? Shut up! If you were stronger or more clever, then maybe you'd remember to watch your back.
Oh wow, that was just messed up. Are they gonna kill her? I was considering that a possibility. I wasn't sure if she was dead, but is she gonna take it? Is Yang gonna try and stop her? What's gonna happen? I want to know how this all happened. What happened with her? Why'd she leave? There's so many things I want to know, and I guess it's. I don't think she's gonna die now. I thought she might die and then pass the power on to Yang. Maybe that'll happen in the future, but. That is so cool. Whoa! Another dimension. This is some Doctor Strange kind of stuff. Like, well, or that's the most recent kind of thing. Yang. No! Ooh, okay. The door is not flat. The four fans are layered on top of each other. Yeah. Man, the texture in that was so great. It was so cool to see that. Oh my god, there's so much going on. Oh, my god. Wow. Okay. Actually, just let that finish up. Okay. There is a lot to talk about there. Okay. Let's see if I can get this in my mic. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's back to normal. And actually, I'm going to shrink this down. Oh, I didn't mean to shrink the whole thing. It's a little thing. All right, I'm gonna make these a little bigger now. Okay, so wow, this episode, a lot of, I guess, changing expectations. Which, I mean, that's the thing. We come up with our best ideas about what might happen, but at the end of the day, it's just that's our own. Those are our own theories. Those are our own fan fictions, and maybe we are on the mark, maybe we're not. Anyway, so I like that the White Fang has now arrived. That is great. And that confrontation's already happened. So like, there's a lot that can happen in the next episode. My God, this was short. Man, this was what, a 15-minute episode again. I hope the last episode they do a super long one, like a 30-minute episode, like they've been doing the past few volumes, because uh, I I'm not ready for this volume to be over. Um, I'm just gonna scan through the episode like usual and just go go through here. Yeah, so it's great to see the sisters fighting together. Um, uh, not okay. So at first, nothing's really happening, and then we've got. So there's a distinct point where the color changes in the aura surrounding Weiss. And I think, and I was right in that what Jaune is doing is he's not directly healing, he is regenerating her aura. He's basically using his aura to amplify hers. So that, and that was what Nora was saying. And that wording specifically made me think, well, what if it's not just about healing? He can actually boost people's powers, which I think other people have theorized about that too. But he has a lot of it. He points that out. Pyrrha mentioned that to him, um, and yeah, he has a lot of aura to spare, so he can use that to now boost other people's auras, either help regenerate their auras so they can heal when they're down for the count, or potentially he can maybe make RWBY faster or amplify Weiss's glyphs, or make Yang more powerful, or make Ren's semblance be able to cover an entire team of people so that they can sneak through grim infested territory. There are a lot of things that he could do. You know, yeah, I'll make Nora more powerful, that kind of stuff. So that's a really awesome semblance. Like if he's just amplifying aura, then it's not just about healing; it's about other people semblances as well, which is so cool. I I'm so happy that they're actually just going ahead and explaining it. Or I mean, well, not really explaining it, but they're basically saying it that way so that I think the interpretation is more broad than just as a healer, which is really cool. Yeah. So Weiss is waking up. Nora, yeah, see, there's the color change. So yeah, that's Weiss's aura now regenerated and taking over. Um, we've got, so now going into this, we have Hazel doing a lot of attacking like crazy, and doing a lot of damage to everybody. um, but he's using lightning, which makes perfect sense as to why Nora is the perfect opponent for him. Not for him, but for she's the perfect person to fight him. But yeah, so what's really cool about this also is his semblance is that he can't feel pain, or like is that he couldn't feel pain, or he dulls the pain. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that is so useful when you're for his particular fighting style. He's a bare-fisted guy, and he has to do something very painful in order to use dust, which is he fuses it with his own body, which has got that's gotta hurt. I mean, it's energy repellent, it's propellant, it's energy in the form of lightning or fire, and so that's got to do a number on your body, and it's probably not very healthy for you, but at least he can't feel the pain. I'm sure it pushes him to the limit. That's why he has to be in such great shape. But I could imagine it probably shortens his lifespan having to do that so much. And that might also be why he is such a pacifist in most cases, because in order for him to fight, he's got to put a lot of strain on his body. And I'm sure that sort of every time he uses uh, dust crystals, it shortens his life by a little bit, or at least damages his internal organs and his bones and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, and so we get this, Nora coming in and then just getting supercharged by him and walloping him, just getting him like, oh man, hitting him out of the park. That was, it's just so awesome to see Nora like that. Nora, love Nora. Um, yeah, and so then this shows the White Fang, and we get this. Um, so obviously there are a lot more members of the White Fang. These are just the ones that they're focused on right here. There are other ones that were, around the courtyard. I'm sure that there is, and they also mentioned that there is a perimeter. So they're definitely going to be. It's going to be a big fight as it keeps going. But I like seeing that they brought enough people from Menagerie to surround them. That is a lot of people, and I like that they showed that people in the White Fang, they're not, even though they have these masks on, they're not faceless fighters. They are the friends, the relatives of the people in Menagerie, like his brother. I can't think of his name right now, but Ram guy, his brother is in the White Fang, and so I think this is very personal. I mean, it's literally like the Civil War, where family, brothers were fighting brothers. That whole thing, and it shows that they're more, like I said, more than just faceless henchmen. Um, I like that there are ground forces, and then I guess Kali really isn't much of a fighter. So she's taking the more go get the police and be on the airship and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, I like that they brought the police in as well. So basically, they're getting everybody involved. So it's basically like the White Fang is screwed, um, and I have a feeling that. Well, no, I was going to say Emerald and Mercury might try and get out of there because they are, um, sorry, Emerald and Mercury might want to get out of there because they are, criminals and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, they are, maybe Mercury will leave, but Emerald is here for Cinder, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But so that's going to be an issue. But I like that Jaune is able to regenerate aura enough so that people can use their semblance again when she had no aura left and she needed to be healed. So that he's got a powerful semblance. And seriously, this is a lesson, by the way, in do not underestimate your healers. Or do not, support mains are important. That's right. Not everybody can play DPS. I'm talking to Overwatch people who. Sorry, a little bit of a sidetrack. I'm a tank and support main on Overwatch, and it's a little bit frustrating because occasionally I do want to. I also flex a lot, so I want to play characters other than. I want to play DPS. I want to play other kind of characters sometimes, but a lot of the time I get stuck playing. I mean, I like playing tank and healer or other support. Anyway, getting back to it, support mains are important still. Uh, so yeah. All right, so we've got the White Fang. We get Blake confronting Adam, and Adam just losing it and just trying to destroy them all, and just hitting the button, and it like everybody gets freaked out, like what the hell is wrong with you? And I love that. Let me. Shit. I'm trying to jump. I'm jumping around too much. I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah. And so we've got Ilya getting sent ahead, and I'm sure after they planted each bomb, she just kind of went to it and pull the fuse, which is or cut the wires, because it looks like those are multicolored wires, which is awesome. I love that they just, yep, your bombs are useless now. What now? um, yeah, and there's him trying to set off the bomb, but and then I like this. Adam is like, well, screw you, I'm going to destroy you. And he misses. Damn. All right. I don't know why I'm having so much difficulty finding the shot. Yeah, here it is. I love this. Just like Blake dodging. It's a little weird the way that she dodged. I actually kind of wish he had dodged around the left side rather than the right side, because it still looks like she was in a position where he could have cut through her. Um, I don't know. Either way, I love that she knows exactly what he's gonna do. That's the kind of attack that he does. Um, and she knows him so well that she can dodge him and then just knocks him out. I love it. Um, or not knocks him out, but knocks him down. Gets his weapon away from him, and then he says kill them, and then the people in the White Fang who he literally just almost killed, they go along with what he says and decides to keep fighting. So I guess that's a thing, but I'm surprised that they're still loyal to him. But I guess that they have their ideals, and that he just might be a little bit crazy, and I think they understand that. Yeah, and then we just see everybody start fighting. Everybody fighting. It's cool. And then we see Weiss. Yes! That I love that with her semblance. She just, every Grimm that she, or every enemy that she destroys, which I guess technically the knight was also a Grimm, because I think it was confirmed that it was supposed to be a Geist that was possessing that armor. Anyway, either way, I just love that she's just, as she defeats things, she just creates this arsenal of creatures that she can summon. And, that's probably going to deplete her aura a lot faster, but it is just so powerful. And I just, yeah, I love the Korean Lancer using that. That is just, yeah, that's menacing. And what was also, I mean, it was pretty gruesome what she did. She impaled, uh, what's his name? Oh my God, Hazel. She impaled Hazel and pulled him back. And I mean, obviously he can't feel the pain, but like that went through his belly like that. That's gonna mess some shit up. So Hazel, I would be surprised if he survives this battle. Uh, but yeah, that I'm excited for the end of all of this. This is going to be very interesting. Um, and then we get, so this is we get not the confrontation. We get the reunitedness. What was that? What, the reunion. There we go. What the hell word was I thinking of? Uh, we get the reunion between all of Team RWBY. The obviously it's not a like everybody comes together and hugs each other, but they all acknowledge each other, and I think it's good the way that that it happened the way it did. I think if it had been any earlier, Yang would have been so angry, especially seeing Blake in association with Adam. Uh, I think I had predicted last volume, or even in the beginning of this volume, that what would happen would. I think I actually predicted this last volume that I thought that when she first saw Blake, she would go into a fit of rage. But not only has she become a lot more measured and gained a lot more control over her semblance since she was training with her father, and really sort of reflecting and growing over this time. But her confrontation with her mother, where she had to sort of try and keep her anger under control, even though she wasn't 100% under control. And then also her conversations with Ruby and Weiss, I think that is what helped the most, especially Weiss. You know, having her really think and reflect on why Blake might have left. And yeah, it hurt her because she because they were close. Regardless of the reason, we don't know if there is more there, but they were close, and she needed her friend, her best friend, or wherever this is going. She needed her partner to help her get through it, um, and but at the same time, she would. Okay, sorry, I'm a little all over the place, but yeah, she did not necessarily see it from Blake's perspective. So I think without all those factors, all those things happening, I think this would have been a very different reunion. So we've got this, and as much as she wants to see Blake and talk to her, there is a mission that she has, and she's got to go after Raven and Cinder and Vernal and, stop them. But then, man, I've just been cutting off my head this whole time. But then there's also, uh, shoot, I just blanked. But then there is this. Let's see if we have this moment. Uh, I love that. Yeah, we have this moment of. There was actually another moment with Mercury, by the way. I loved that moment of Mercury getting like disarming Ruby and her, headbutting him. That was just a nice little callback. And the fact that she's grown, they know her as this, girl that can't fight without her scythe, and now she has grown a lot more and is able to hold her own and trained more. So I liked that little thing. But getting back to Yang, she goes after them. Mercury tries to stop her, and there's a flicker where she is incredibly angry and she's about to go in to the fight with him, but instead, knows what's more important, keeps her anger under control, literally disarms herself, and goes. I love that. It's a good feature, and it's very useful. So a little bit of a Chekhov's gun there, but yeah. And then she dives in, and it looks like Jaune is probably going to get back into the fight. Um, but I like this little shot. I don't exactly remember what happened here. I think it was just him kind of observing everything that's going on. But I kind of hope that he's taking pride in his ability to literally not only bring Weiss back from the dead, but like put her back in the fight to such a huge degree. I mean, look at how powerful. Like she's got this powerful summon, and she creates this giant ice wall. That's I kind of hope that he is like reveling in this, being like, I can do this, or I can help people do this. Like, that's yeah, yeah. All right, moving on. I think most of the rest of the episode, I think the rest of the episode is entirely this fight. Which this fight was just amazing, and they put a lot into this fight. Um, Constantly calling on weapons and using it looks like they weren't really using dust, they were just calling on the elements, and just yeah I well actually it looks like there was to some degree it looked like Raven for the most part is using her uh she's using her own weapon, using the dust in those weapons, as temporary as they are, and using her maiden powers to augment her abilities. But she's not. Yeah, but she's not. I think she's not wasting her power, which I guess it's magic, and it's not tied to the same semblance rules, the same rules as semblances, where it drains your aura. So the magic is completely separate from the aura. So I don't know if there's a limit to that power, but I think she uses it a lot more cautiously. She uses it with a lot more control, and I like that. I like she's had this power for a while. It should. I mean, they are both good fighters and they're able to go toe to toe. But at the end of the day, Raven has had this power longer. She can control it better. She's older. She's a much better fighter at this point. So it makes sense why she would overall have the upper hand. Plus, so there's that. Um, there is also so there's that. There's also the weakness of Cinder, where her left arm is grim, and because of that, it doesn't follow the same rules as a human or faunus body, where it aura will protect you, and I like that. I think even though when they do show her aura flickering, it is covering even her arm there. But I almost wonder if that's sort of like a leftover. And I don't know. I mean, that also could have just been a mistake. I don't know. But I still I think yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. Let's just watch. Oh yeah. So we've got their magics kind of flying around, and we've got this fight. Oh man, this fight! They're pulling out different weapons. So I mean, obviously, yeah, like I said, Raven is using her actual weapons and just cycling through different kinds of dust blades. But they're shattering pretty much instantly whenever she uses them. Um, and like I said, Cinder is just like regenerating weapons and going all over the place, and it's just it's so fun. And then we start to really see the magics like around them, and her using, I guess this is ice, and to counter her fire. And look at that, they after a while, Cinder decides to pull out a Buster Sword, and then we've got a what is it called? I mean, it's like more of a long curved blade. It's not necessarily like I mean, it's I guess you could call it a Buster Sword like that, but I'm sure that there are names for oversized like curved blades, like sort of more like samurai like blades, katana like blades. But yeah, I don't know my weapons that much. And yeah, I mean they just destroy those blades on each other, and I mean the power, yeah, like they are deep underground in this vault, and they are shaking the rest of the school above them, which is pretty incredible. um, yeah. And then there's this moment that I was really concerned, and I thought that this is where one of my theories was going to come to pass. I thought that we were going to get Cinder starting to take, which is what happens. We get Cinder starting to take the Spring Maiden's power. Um, and I mean, I did think that maybe she would cut the Grim arm off or something like that. Um, but I also thought that if she was somehow defeated by this, I thought that she would potentially take her own life, and think about Yang in those final moments, so that Yang would then get those Spring Maiden powers. But yeah, that's not the way this went, obviously. Um, and that's not the way this went. And what ended up saving Raven was the falling debris, which just like it just looked like it crushed her. But she was able to survive, and we get this really awesome battle of them jumping on top of falling debris, and it's just one of those things that uh, they did that in chapter 8 of volume 1, where they were jumping on debris, but they weren't really fighting on top of it. They were just using it to climb and not fall off of the ruins that they were fighting in Players and Pieces. And this itself reminds me a lot of Dead Fantasy, one of Monty Ohm's former series. And I really do think that they pull out all the stops. And a lot of these fight animations, this volume has really been an attempt to get back to the fights that Monty was so well known for. I mean, this definitely seemed like I'm not that great at analyzing things, but the way that they use the space and the movement and all of that kind of stuff, I really did feel like Monty was back, at least maybe not animating, but at least directing these things. So I don't know 100%. Like if I can, I can't really. I'm not an animator, and so I can't fully analyze how these things go, but um, I do think that this is the kind of thing that Monty would want to do, and I think he would be proud of this. Um, yeah, that's it. Was this was a I honestly I don't even know how I reacted. I was just like kind of like in awe the whole time. Oh man. So let's keep going. Hang on, I just want to see where I am. Okay. Okay, so this I think this video will end up being about an hour, which is good. Not too much longer. Yeah. And then yeah, so we oh man, this fight. And then it all comes to yeah, so did they actually lose their auras here or did they just or were they just flickering? I'm just going to let it run for a second. Okay, so the way that looks is it does flicker and kind of so I am thinking that they both lost their auras there. Their protection, and that's important because of this. I love, and this also confirms that definitely Vernal was in on the whole being a decoy thing. So I was a little off base in the last episode. Once again, thank you, Animaniac, for helping me with that. Just pointing that out to me. Sometimes you get, you go down a train, a line of thought that you kind of you, the you don't really think about Occam's razor, which is basically the most obvious answer is probably the right answer. I was going down the whole her getting tricked thing. I think she was just fiercely loyal, and down fiercely loyal to the end. So yeah, that was it's nice to see that. So we got Vernal attacking Cinder, and Raven using this opportunity. That's a cool shot. Man. Raven using this opportunity to take Cinder out. Now, and yeah, to take her out. And I love this. Her mask is. So that was a mask. I wasn't sure if that was. Oh, God. I wasn't sure if the mask was actually a mask or if it was like hardened flesh or what. But no, it's just she got messed up. She lost an eye. Her skin got just scorched. Looks like she lost an ear too, actually. Maybe I can't tell. Um, and then she lost an entire arm in that whole thing. So man, this was crazy. But so there was that. Okay, so I don't know where this is going. I don't know. Well, first of all, I don't know whether or not Cinder is dead. Part of me thinks yes, only because I mean she was sent down a like this bottomless pit, which I'm sure there's a bottom, and but when she was going down it, she was frozen. Not only was she frozen, but the way here, let me see if I can. Yeah, if you see, the ice shard starts. Well, it doesn't start there, but it looks like she like got pierced here. I mean, it might just be that ice, like it was like a particular ice shard, but it looks like she got pierced through the heart with an icicle. But yeah, so I have a feeling that at some point, maybe at the during the next episode or in the next chapter, or by the maybe even in the post credit scene of the following chat of the final chapter, we are going to see somebody else possess the maiden powers. Uh, yeah. So I don't know who is going to get the powers. Now it could be somebody random. Like okay, so yeah. So it could be somebody random. One. It could be somebody that she's thinking about. Potentially, she could be thinking about Emerald, right? Emerald was so close to her, and she emulated her and would do anything to protect her. That said, that relationship always felt very one-sided, where Emerald loved and would do anything to protect Cinder, whether it be a platonic love or a romantic or just a I worship you kind of love, whatever it may be. Even though Emerald may have cared deeply for Cinder and done anything to protect her, I have this feeling that that was very one-sided, and that the person who Cinder would most likely be thinking about at this moment, other than say Raven, who the person who who killed you may take your power, she might be thinking of Ruby. So once again, it would be weird to make Ruby that powerful when she already can't. She doesn't really have control over her silver eyes yet. But her having the silver eyes and then her becoming the Fall Maiden because Cinder is thinking about Ruby as she dies, because she was just obsessed with Ruby. I think that could be a very interesting turn of events. Um, yeah, I think that that could happen. That is if she's dead. There is always that possibility that she's not going to die, but she is falling down a bottomless pit, frozen. Not a bottomless pit, but like a chasm, frozen solid. So it is possible that she survives, especially if she hits water. Even then, that's debatable because hitting water at that speed is like hitting a cement floor, and she basically, I'm expecting she might shatter as soon as she hits the ground or water or whatever. But if she somehow survived this, um, man, she is going to come back with a vengeance. But I would not put it past them to kill off another villain that we thought was important to the overall story, and instead, her actually not be that important to the story. Or, I mean, she is important to a certain point, but at the end of the day, the real villain is Salem. And Cinder was, unfortunately, just a power hungry pawn. You know? Uh, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in the future. But right now, I don't think it's looking good for Cinder. Anyway, um, yeah, and then to wrap this up, basically, so we get this, short little moment of Raven just, saying thank you to Vernal. It does seem like maybe there was a good, a closer relationship there. I wasn't sure how close they were, if she was just using her or what. Um, I do know that Raven cares about her people. So at least to that extent, I think she appreciated her. But it's possible because of how close they stayed, and how much she trusted her. Um, I'm sure this does hurt her to some degree. Uh, what's interesting? Hmm. The Grim Hand went through Vernal's aura. I mean, I guess if her aura wasn't activated, or maybe she doesn't have a lot of aura. Maybe she doesn't really have any aura at all, and she's fighting, or hasn't really trained it much, but she was still fighting with it. I don't know. It's a little weird because I didn't see her aura get drained at all, so it's a little surprising that that the Grim Arm could have gone just like straight through it. But I don't know. That Interesting. Anyway, okay. So there's that. And one more thing is something that Cinder says to Raven early on in the fight is the former Spring Maiden must have trusted you a lot, maybe, and that maybe too much, or like that was her mistake, or whatever she says, but in order for you to take her power, and there is that possibility that she ended up befriending her and then taking her power, or like taking her in and trying to help her, or like getting close to her and then killing her to take her power, or letting her get killed to take her power. Or I think it's also possible that she went the route of killing the Spring Maiden to take her power and just use that route. Either way, she has the power. She has the power. Is that He-Man? I think that's He-Man. Anyway, yeah, and so then we get this. This is, I mean, it's just so pretty. I love that they showed the layers of the fans on there, and showed that even though it looks like fans, it's pretty solid material and it'll be hard to get through. And I like that it doesn't just open automatically. It's like a process. It's a magical process that opens it up. And what's really cool is this is like a portal. I don't know if it's a portal into another. It's got to be another realm, or like a mirror dimension or something like that. I don't know, but that is just so cool, and this reminds me so much of, like I said before, Doctor Strange. Um, from the Sanctum Sanctorum, where he's like, he's sending people to different places, and they can make the circle things, and it's been a while since I've seen that movie, so I can't really describe everything properly. But using the rings to travel and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, so that is really cool. Oh, this is a mirror world. Yeah, yeah. Those three circles there that you can see, those mirror the three circles on the other side of the door. So yeah, this is like a mirror or shadow world. Um, uh, and it looks like the relic is hanging out. Let's see if I can. It looks like the relic is hanging out on that smaller third one. Um, yeah, so that's cool. And so she's about to go in after it, and we get Yang showing up without her arm, but she's showing up, and Yang. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know what this confrontation is going to be. Are they going to fight, or are they going? I don't know what. I don't know what's going to happen here. What I do know is that it seems like Yang is going to try and be very measured about this. I mean, she's not angry here. You can see it. And her eyes are not red here. And last time, well, not last time, but like, her confrontation with her mom did go into anger earlier on in this volume. And, she's been really controlling her anger a lot, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, the other thing. I thought about this earlier, and I wanted to wait until this point. So there's going to be this confrontation between them again. I don't know what else they're going to say. I don't know what else is going to, yeah, I don't know what else she's going to say to her. But I wonder if she knows anything more about Ruby's mom. If she was related to Summer's death, or just knows information separately. She did say that she has seen a lot. She knows a lot. She's gathered information from all over. So it's possible that she knows the truth. Maybe this will help confirm my theory about Raven being sorry, not Raven, about Summer now being Salem, like Salem, whatever Salem is, possessing Summer, and yeah, Summer's body. Not necessarily Summer. I have a feeling Summer's dead and she's using her body or something. I don't know. Once again, I'll start talking about that theory again at the end of next week's the final episode. Okay, but for now, I have a feeling that there's going not. I don't know if they're going to fight, and I'd be very interested to see what happens if they do fight. Especially since Yang doesn't have one of her arms. Obviously, she's become a much better fighter. She fights like Tai. She and she has better control. She's much more balanced. Um, I wonder what would be interesting, and this is something that I theorized last volume, and it really hasn't come to light. But I've always wondered if when Yang fights and she activates her semblance, because she burns, like her aura actually is like a burning aura when she's activated her semblance. I do wonder if her aura and her semblance being activated without her arm being there might actually create a sort of like flaming, vestigial arm. You know, I think that would be so cool. I still want to see that happen, and this is like the perfect opportunity for that to happen. Uh, but I don't know how a fight between them would go. I mean, even though Raven does seem to be have her aura depleted, she's still a maiden. It's still going to be difficult, and I don't know what this confrontation is going to lead to. Um, I doubt Yang would kill Raven. Um, so I mean, I guess she could like knock her out and take the relic and leave, or I mean, there's always that possibility that they will get into some kind of confrontation, and Yang will steal the relic, or like take the relic, or they will be fighting over it. Basically, what I'm thinking is we get Raven creating a portal and pushing Yang through the portal. Basically, I could see her pushing Yang through the portal back to Tai. But what I could also see happening is Yang taking the relic when that happens. Of course, it wouldn't be hard for Raven to then find the relic, so I don't know how useful that would be. But I'm kind of just like thinking of it like that. I don't know. Nah, that might not go anywhere. Never mind. Ignore that. Or just this is where my brain goes. I'm just like, what could possibly happen? So many things could happen. Ah. Oh yeah, this was beautiful. Look at that sword. Look at that sword. That ice. That. Oh yeah, that ice sword is awesome. It was literally ice and fire. Look at that fire sword. Burning coal. Burning coal and rock. I like that. Did they actually say anything about? No, it's just ice. Okay. What's also interesting, sorry, getting back to this, is it looks like it's out of focus, but it almost looks like it's like drawn in. Like this, it's just like maybe it's just like a little pocket dimension there, um, that somebody's created. It almost looks like yeah. It almost looks like like concept art rather than an actual place. It's yeah. I don't know. This is I'm so curious. Anyway, that covers the recap portion of this. So I'm just gonna sort of wrap everything up here. I like the pun in the episode title, Downfall. Cinder literally fell down a chasm. Oh man, too bad nobody's gonna watch this far. Uh, Actually, yeah. If I mean, out of curiosity, if anybody has watched this far, uh, I want you to leave a comment so that I know that you've watched this far into the episode. I guess it's also possible that you could just have nah, never mind. I was gonna be like, take a screenshot of this if you watched this far, but or yeah, take a screenshot of that if you watched this far. I'm just kind of curious if anybody actually watches my reviews. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. So I mean, this was a brilliant episode. I was just blown away by everything that was going on. I am so excited to see how they wrap everything up because there's still things going on. We still have to wrap up everything with the White Fang. We still have to um, have a true reunion with all the girls once everything's calmed down. We just need a little, just a moment of peace would be nice. Um, we have to resolve the fight with Hazel and with Lionheart and hopefully yeah. So we've got that going on, and then we've got obviously got to resolve the fight between Yang and Raven, and hopefully this doesn't. Uh, I doubt Raven would kill Yang. I would be shocked if Raven killed Yang, but this does kind of scare me. There is that sort of thing with she sees you want Yang and Blake to reunite, and they see each other, they acknowledge each other, but then Yang has to go and do something, and it worries me that they will never get back together because of that. I just don't know why. Why would that happen? Oh, what if Yang or well, that would be interesting. What if Yang or Raven, most likely, what if one of them got trapped in the other realm? That would be really, I don't know. That would be awful. I don't even know. I don't even know what would happen there. I mean, that I'm so curious. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm now. I'm just spitballing even more. I'm just throwing random shit out at throwing shit at the wall, seeing what sticks. Um, okay, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'd love to have some more conversations with all of you. And yeah, hopefully I will get this up right on time on Saturday so that people can see it. I'm going to try and have it uploaded on Thursday so that I can uh, deal with Rooster Teeth's license stuff and have it go up obviously when the episode is posted, but have it on YouTube so I can dispute it early. I know other people have done that. I just have to figure out how to do that properly. I have to have some time to actually edit. Okay, so yes, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, let me know your comments. If yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. And if you're new and you like my videos, please subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Man, I've been talking loud. I just realized that.